Hey, what's going on, everyone? Alright, so like the title says, we've got some budget eBay coilovers for the 240SX. Super cheap. I couldn't pass it up. The cost of an OEM replacement for my front right is like $300 when I can get a whole set of coilovers for $208. So it was a no-brainer there. For my Datsun followers, I did buy a 240SX, super cheap, no rust. I've wanted one for a while, and I couldn't pass it up. So I'm not going to take any time away from the Datsun, don't worry about that. I just need to get this 240 up and running, and that involves putting some new struts on it because my front right passenger side is like blown. It's pretty scary. I'll show you. It's like it could go through the hood of the car if I hit a bump hard enough. So we're going to install these budget ones. The reason I'm going budget is because I just need it to be daily drivable for now. And then once I'm done with the Datsun project, then I'm going to work on that, and I'm going to go full blown, hopefully supercharged LS. I mean, it's going to be a crazy build. So, but I need to get the Datsun done first. So this project's away from now, but I do need to get it daily drivable, and that's where these come in. So we're going to go ahead and get these installed. I'm going to show you how to do it. Installing coilovers, super simple. I mean, you're looking at 2 or 3 bolts on the top of the strut, basically these. You're looking at 2 bolts at the bottom of the strut, the knuckle, basically. You undo those, undo the ones at the top, and then you usually have a brake line that you got to remove, and then the whole thing comes right out. So, I mean, that's pretty much the same for any newer car. It's really simple. Pretty much anyone can do it. And I'm going to kind of show you how. I mean, there's enough how-to videos, but I'm going to kind of show you the process again. And we'll go from there. One J, 240. 1J, 240? Nah, 1J is going in the Datsun. Alright, well, here's the new coilovers. I got the car jacked up like you saw. Here's the new coilovers. They are max speeding rods. I've never heard of them before, but it doesn't really matter. I can give you some close-ups of them. You know, I mean, they're shiny, they look good. Obviously, they're cheap, so you get what you pay for. I understand that. But hey, they should get the job done for a while. Just kind of wanted to give you some close-ups of them. I don't really understand why they would. So this is blue, but this is purple. Like this ring here, and then the top's purple. Yeah, blue and purple don't really match well, but oh well, they're $200, so. Now it's time to go ahead and get this old nasty one off. I'm going to go ahead and show you what was wrong and why I'm even doing this in the first place. So you can see that that has dropped down a little bit, and I'll walk over to the other side for comparison. So kind of remember where that's sitting. If we go over here, this one is up towards the top, and I'll even show you more. So when I push down on the wheel, I'm going to push down on the hub with my foot, and I'll show you this. See that? Yeah, that's not good. Let me show you the other side if I do that. try and do it without the camera shaking too much, but yeah, I can't push the wheel down. So yeah, that is why I'm doing this install anyway. So yeah, make sure yours aren't like that, because that's pretty dangerous. So that is the reason for the install. So let's go ahead and get this taken out. Alright, so here we are. Here's the 2 bolts that I was talking about. They're both 17s. So basically just going to go ahead and rip these out of here. And this bottom part will be done. We got to do the brake line too though. It's just a little clip back there. That'll come off. And then the top bolts are 14s. Undo those. But actually, I won't even have to undo the top one since this is just rusted out. It'll just fall right out. So have to undo the top ones on the other side. So let's get this taken out. Alright, we're going to get those 2 bolts out.
Shameless plug, go follow my YouTube. It'll be down in the description.
Alright, and as you can see, it's coming out. We didn't even undo the bolt at the top.
She gone.
The thing is gone.
She out.
Alright, so here's the difference in the coils and the struts. I'm going to go ahead and when they ship this, it's all the way compressed, so it's max low. So I'm going to go ahead and basically put it back to stock height, so it's not too low. Alright, so the coil is at the height that I wanted it. You saw me go ahead and slide it in there. So now we just need to go ahead and raise this to meet back and put the 2 bolts in. And then go ahead and don't forget to tighten this collar down. And then it's fully installed. And then also the brake line, the little clip that goes in there. Alright, there it is. The front is installed super quick. Took like 5-10 minutes. And here's the front, or the top I mean. So yeah, I'm going to adjust it once I put it back down on the down on the ground. See if it needs any camber, positive or negative. And I also noticed that these bolts are already elongated for a strut bar. So that's pretty nice. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the rear. And we're going to get these little plastic pieces taken off so you can get to the top 2 strut bolts. They just pop right out and you have access to them. So basically, you've got the 2 bolts on the top and you've got 1 bolt right there. And that'll drop right on out. So let's do it. Alright, so we're under the car and here's the bolt we need to get this shock loosened. So let's see.
Dang, right off.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and loosen the bolts up at the top, and this should get loose and basically drop out. Alright, so all I did was adjust the coilover back to basically stock height. It is about 1.5 inches lower. I can't make it any taller because there's just not enough threads, but that's okay.
You can see that there's a little kind of silver spacer there, and this is how it goes on. It goes towards the wheel, because the other side doesn't have that. But yeah, I just went ahead and we got the top bolts threaded, and we're just going to go ahead and put the nut back on, and that's really all it takes. Alright, so there the top is all the way screwed in. It's really tough to get back here to get these nuts on and try not to drop them, but that's in. The rear's done. So we got the right side done, and we're going to go ahead and knock out the passenger or the driver's side. Should take about 10 minutes. I'm going to do the rear, and Jake's going to do the front. Alright, check it out. There it is, back on the ground. It's actually pretty tall right now, pretty high. And I'm okay with that. I wanted it to be kind of back to stock height. I know the springs and shocks are going to settle a little bit, so I'm just going to drive it a little bit, let them settle, and then I'm going to lower it. Because I want it to be a daily driver, I'm not going to try and go stupid low with it and scrape on everything. I've got big plans for this car, like I said, in the future, and that's when I'll really lower it and put some better springs on it. But yeah, these eBay coils should do the job for now. But yeah, pretty simple install, and now it's time to go ahead and just drive the car, but that's where I'm going to leave it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see you in the next one.
Peace.